starting with a patient move and building a strong defense. Taking the center this way is the main way of playing the Caro-Kann. Immediately challenging your pawn on e4. Good job defending that pawn. They exchange pieces of equal value. You recaptured. Knight d7 develops the knight and prepares to play knight gf6. If white captures the knight on f6, then black can recapture with the knight on d7. That pawn chain will help strengthen your pawn structure. They've offered to trade pieces of equal value. Good job defending that knight. This is a fair trade. A logical capture. They attacked your bishop, gaining time as it must move away. For sure you had to move away from the threat. They are threatening to tactically win a queen. Correct, of course. Move away from danger. Defending their hanging pawn. With that move, you chase the bishop away. A correct move to get their bishop out of harm's way. Develops the knight and attacks the center. This move prepares for their bishop to join the action. You develop your piece while also winning a tempo on the queen. A correct move to get their queen out of harm's way. Nice, definitely the right move. Another piece joins the board for your opponent. You are threatening to tactically win a bishop. They prevented you from being able to tactically win a bishop. Very good choice. They exchange pieces of equal value. A clear recapture. They played one of the best moves here. This is a fine move. Their better move was to castle kingside. You get a chance to kick a bishop. You kicked your opponent's piece from that square, moving their threatened bishop to safety. You are threatening to win material by trapping a piece. You are now able to win material by trapping a piece. Good eye noticing that piece is trapped. You'll win material. They played the strongest move available. You dodge the check, moving your king out of harm's way. That's not a mistake, but they did not find the best move here. You won a bishop for free. Their pawn attacks your bishop, kicking it out of its current position. This is a good time for you to get out of trouble. They slipped up a bit here. Not the worst move, but definitely not the best. Good job, that's what I would have played too. Precise move from your opponent. Developing a new piece. Your opponent is losing a pawn, but you were already in a winning position anyways. You ignored your opponent's threat and found a powerful response. This is the way to win a pawn. I like their choice. Yes, this is the way. This move protects their bishop, which was vulnerable with insufficient defenders. That knight was yours for the taking. This move puts their rook on a safer square. This move wins a pawn. They are right on target. You captured a free pawn. They made one of the top moves in this position. You captured that free pawn. Your opponent's rooks are doubled on the file, increasing their pressure on your position. You found a safer square for your knight, moving their threatened rook to safety. You dodged the check, moving your king out of harm's way. Your opponent created a passed pawn, giving it a clear path toward promotion. You are threatening to force eventual checkmate. Their move stopped you from being able to force eventual checkmate. You step your king away from the checking rook. This move protects their pawn, which was vulnerable with insufficient defenders. Your passed pawn advances to its goal. Decent move, but they had a better one. Correct, of course. Move away from danger. That was the only move. Nice, definitely the right move. Their king steps away from the check by your knight. Good job stepping in to defend your knight. They played one of the best moves here. You escaped the check from the rook. They've placed their rook behind your passed pawn to control its progress. Your passed pawn is one step closer to promotion. Pushing their passed pawn. Nice move. Your piece now controls more squares. They found a clean way to deal with your passed pawn. You captured a free rook. a fundamental move that leads to several exciting openings. A dynamic, flexible response. You're opening up avenues for your dark-squared bishop. A common second move that develops a piece and attacks your pawn. Nice. Petrov's defense is a solid option against e4, grabbing the pawn and leaving their own pawn undefended. You overlooked an opportunity to tactically win a pawn. Now you have to double pawns. Recapturing. They defended their pawn, which was under attack. You are threatening to win a rook through an eventual fork. You get a chance to eventually win material. Now, your opponent can't stop you from winning material if you make the right move. You are now able to win a rook through a fork. Nice way to win material using a fork. This move puts their queen on a safer square. You captured that free rook. They offer a fair trade of pieces. Good job defending that bishop. By castling queenside, your opponent keeps their king safe while putting the rook in the center. This move activates your bishop to strengthen control over the center, defending their hanging pawn. Castling on the same side as your opponent and preparing for the middle game, they kick your bishop with a pawn, forcing it to move. This is a good time for you to get out of trouble. That's playable. You strike at the center with a pawn, taking away space from your opponent. They found a way to win material. A good choice to move your threatened bishop. This move goes after your piece, which is trapped and cannot escape. Good thinking. This move puts your knight into a stronger, more active position. Capturing your hanging knight. That was a strong discovery, and you'll win material. Precise move from your opponent. You captured a free bishop. Their pawn attacks your bishop, kicking it out of its current. You are material up, and simplifying the position is good for you. A straightforward recapture. You've moved your piece to a powerful square. Versatile first move that leads to many strong openings. Following the ready opening, they take the center with a strong pawn. You missed a better way to prepare a bishop for development. You allowed the opponent. Their pawn attacks your knight, kicking it out of its current position. This is the way to win a pawn. You are now able to eventually win material. You missed an opportunity to eventually win material. Their better move was to develop a knight and attack the center. You are now able to recapture and activate a bishop at the same time. You are threatening to win a rook through a fork. They missed a better way to develop a knight and attack the center. Your better option was to increase a bishop's scope by moving it. Their best option was to develop a knight and attack the center. Your best move was to increase a bishop's scope by moving it to a better. They left their knight open for capture, giving you a chance to win material. Nice vision spotting and capturing that vulnerable knight. Your opponent blocked the attack on their pawn, keeping it safe. That move leaves your bishop free to capture. They captured your vulnerable bishop. Nice find! You found the only move in this position. Their king steps away from the check by your queen. Your winning position slipped, and now the game is close to equal. Their better move was to offer an equal trade of pieces. You are bringing your bishop into play, eyeing the central square. Their best option was to create a passed pawn. You stopped your opponent from being able to tactically win a rook. Decent move, but they had a better one. This is the way to win material. Their king steps away from the check by your rook. That is a great square for your bishop, giving it more scope. Their king steps away from the check by your bishop. Your rook eyes the open file, which helps control critical squares. They took your pawn for free. Nice job blocking the attack on your rook. They move the queen to safety. Clearly, you don't want to leave your queen in danger. Their best option was to connect rooks. A clear recapture. Precise move from your opponent. You're still on the road to checkmate. They move their king out of the check from your queen, getting closer to the forced checkmate. Their king steps away from the check by your knight. This is the way to win material. You get a chance to checkmate the king. Congrats on your win.